Look at these faces, so beautiful. This is Max and Lily, and they are adopted children, just beautiful. And today we are going to talk about adoption because it is National Adoption Month, and I want to introduce three people who create quite the symbiotic relationship. So first of all, I want to introduce Myra Gilmore and Lindsay Redfern and Mike Hamblin, and the three of them are here to talk about adoption. And Mike, first of all, you're with the Utah Foster Care Foundation.
Yes.
Because that's a great place for people to adopt. You think it's always got to be birth babies, but there are a lot of kids waiting in foster care.
There's 2,600 children here in Utah, around 2,600 children in foster care, about half that many foster families. So there's a huge need for more families. And while the primary goal is to get kids back with their parents, when that doesn't work out, we need another permanent home for kids. And last year, nearly 400 children were adopted from foster care here in Utah.
You know, and a lot of people do it the old-fashioned way. They find a birth mom and then the adopted parents. And so we have two moms here with us today. First of all, Myra Gilmore, who is a birth mother, and then Lindsay Redfern, who is an adopted mother.
Times two.
Times two?
Yes.
You've done it twice.
Yes.
Now, you two weren't together.
No.
You okay?
No.
Different.
We didn't know each other
right?
then.
Okay. But you would have, maybe. You know what, I love this relationship because you're thinking, you know, a lot of people, and this is such a sad myth, they say the birth moms are giving up their babies, but that's not true. Tell us a little bit of your process, what you went through.
I had an unplanned pregnancy, but the most important thing for me is I wanted that child to have an amazing life and a life that I couldn't give him everything I thought he deserved, and I refused to expect him to sacrifice because I didn't have it together at the time when he came in, and I wanted him to have a mother and a father that had spent their entire lives preparing to be amazing parents.
What was that like for you to hand your baby to these parents who were so excited to get this little child?
It was full of tears of all kinds. I was so excited for him to be with his family. I felt so strongly that he was meant for his brothers and sisters and for his mom and dad, and I felt so privileged that he came to me, of all people.
Oh, so. Lindsay, and you have been on the other side of that.
Yes.
You've been the parent waiting to receive a beautiful baby from a wonderful mom like Myra, and what was that like for you?
It's a miracle. Every adoption is a miracle. My husband and I can't have children. We never thought that we'd have the privilege to be parents. And then a beautiful birth mom, a lot like Myra, chose us to be parents, and it was like winning the lottery times 1 million, and there aren't really emotions to explain it. It's happy and sad. I mean, we hurt for our birth moms because we know that it's difficult for them, and at the same time you feel this overwhelming joy that you finally get to be a mom. You know,
there's that old saying, whether through the womb or through the heart, your kids, find their way home. That's just the way it is. And Mike, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit more because, of course, foster care is so important. I mean, the babies, they're so easy to get adopted, but the bigger kids, the older kids, the teenagers.
It's a lot tougher. And they deserve to have a home and a family as much as anyone else. Nearly half the kids in foster care are 14 and older. And a lot of those kids are waiting for a place. The Adoption Exchange has a heart gallery going on right now where you can go and see pictures of kids who are waiting to be adopted by families. And most of the kids who are adopted end up being adopted by foster families where they get to know the kids, care for the kids. If things don't work out for them to go home, then they can provide that permanent home.
And if people want to get more information about foster care, how can they contact you?
They can find us on the internet at utahfostercare.org, or they can call us at 877-505-KIDS.
All right. And Mike, you've got the 3rd annual Adoption Walk With Me 5K, which is this Saturday, November 8th. It's at Liberty Park in Salt Lake City. Registration starts at 9:30, and then the start time for the race is at 10 a.m. So if you would like to go and join this wonderful adoption walk, again, that's at Liberty Park this Saturday. Mike, and then Myra and Lindsay, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
It's such a great cause.